Happy full moon, Aries. This is Kapualani. I've got your girl and her moon November full moon reading here. So let's see what the cards have in store. Oh, all right. Nine of Pentacles came just flying out. Obviously a good sign. Take your time to look over your accomplishments. Take the time to slow down and give yourself the credit that you deserve, the credit that you're worth. I'm hearing self-worth really coming into scope, or at least we'll see, right, how it all unfolds. But self-worth in a positive way, where, if there's been any resistance or if there have been any blocks, any obstacles, conflicts around attaining goals, success, being able to really take a breath, stand back, and see your accomplishments in a positive way. I do feel that that should be, and that is a message coming through with this full moon. All right. Let's see what you need to hear from the universe this full moon. Daughter of Cups. Okay, yeah, that nice sort of energy of reflection, inner child, sensitive nature. There are some intuitive messages coming through. I'm getting tones of joy of play. I do feel connection to the inner child. Your sensitivity especially may likely be heightened, and I just keep getting themes of inner child. So if there's inner child wounding, inner child healing, anywhere reflecting inner child, things dealing with childhood very much coming through. What will this bring into your awareness? Okay, balancing. In this case, I really get the Two of Pentacles deals with choices, decisions, and in some ways, for some reason, I'm hearing making amends, maybe making amends with the past, making amends with those areas and aspects of yourself, just wounded, traumatized, that sort of thing from childhood, and or related to that aspect of yourself. There's something here that I'm just feeling, might have to do with also digestion. I'm hearing digestion, and digestion, whether it's your actual physical digestion or it's about digesting the choice, just when you're having to really, not so much heavy duty contemplation, but when you're reflecting on things, reflecting on what you're getting involved with, there's a balance here that's really shining a light on wants and needs when I just tune into this Two of Pentacles and how you go about fulfilling those wants and needs, and just internally the motivation, taking the time to really listen and attune to your empathic intuitive self, your empathic intuitive nature. So let's see what you might need to revisit. Yep. Look at this. Heart healing and 2-2. So there are these energies of union, energies of balance. And, I always look from the inside out, of course. And where we keep, I kept getting that strong message with the inner child and these balance, choices, decisions, that sort of thing, coming to a space of also inner peace. Okay. And at least going back to, again, remember when I was saying wants and the needs being fulfilled. Cups deals with not only the healing and emotion and clarity and whatnot, but the joy and fulfillment, true authentic joy and fulfillment. So again, what you might need to revisit is what truly, right, based on where you're at, you may have some new perspectives. You may be seeing some signs. You might be getting some vibes. There may be some things coming up that are causing you to question, okay, what do I truly want? What do I truly need? What do I truly value in my world, in my reality, in my day-to-day, in terms of where I'm at and where I see myself moving, moving forward from here. So again, in terms of that revisitation, it just gets self-fulfillment again, and how, again, you go about accomplishing that. Okay, advice for a smooth full moon. Okay, take your time. Take your time to observe, to gain a sense of clarity. I generally, relate organization, get organized, get caught up. I was saying that earlier in terms of where you are at here and now, taking that time to just sort of internalize. And again, with the Seven of Pentacles, it's also that encouragement. Remember that Nine of Pentacles that popped out earlier? Seven of Pentacles, I feel like it's this encouragement that your goals and the things that you're, hoping to accomplish and whatnot, it's all underway. So take this time now to go over your work, to get things aligned and organized, so that you can feel even more confident and clear in terms of, when there's nothing to be done. You don't have to like get caught up in worry or anxiety or fears or doubts or whatnot. Everything is just where it needs to be, and you can feel that as well. Everything can just be okay. Yeah, I can just chill out. So what kind of downtime is your soul craving? Yep, chill out. Wheel of Fortune. You've done your work. Okay. And in this case, I almost get the wheels in motion, and even so, even if it is at a still point, this is yet time to reflect. Reflect on what's ahead, reflect on the bigger picture. And it came up again, get caught up. Get caught up with your progress. See how it's not just that you started off with this, great idea, whatnot, but now you've got some mobility, you've got some momentum that you're picking up. And so not only have you picked up momentum and you've had some accomplishments, you've taken some steps, but you're in a position now where it can feel good to just breathe and step back. It can feel good, not just stressful, like, what do I do next? What do I do next? But again, it's knowing that, hey, I'm right where I need to be, and eventually, when it's time to take off, to make these bigger decisions again, to take these steps again, I will. But till then, I'm perfectly fine hanging out here. Okay. And so there's some things getting caught up on the, the smaller scale, the bigger scale, the macro, microcosmic stuff, coming into alignment. So take that time, Aries, okay, to just feel good. I feel like this should be it should feel rather productive, even if you're not hustling and bustling and doing like, you're not really doing a whole lot of like rushing about, but it should be very, I don't know why, but I'm just here accomplishing. So keep in mind to take a look at your moon and rising signs as well for some extra added insight. You know where to go, girllettermoon.com, to schedule a session of your own. But otherwise, have a brilliant full moon. Till next time, take care. Taurus, happy full moon blessings. This is Kapualani, and I've got your girl and her moon November full moon reading. Let's see what's up. Okay, Taurus. Let's see what you need to hear from the universe this full moon for November. Two of Swords. Okay. So this word hold comes into mind. Where things, I get the sense though, it's for some reason this Two of Swords energy, I get this comfortable but uncomfortable sort of feeling. And that, with the Two of Swords, sometimes there's this indication that we might be avoiding or looking away from something rather than dealing with it. So in that case, if there is something, and or if there's a situation where you've been putting yourself on hold, or if you've been feeling held up or on pause yourself, I get this feeling, ask yourself, like, what is the necessity? I don't know why, but I'm just going to ask yourself what the necessity is of continuing to wait, or if you feel held up or put on hold or put on pause for some reason, or again, if you are just avoiding or turning away for something, trust your senses. There's something there that I get the sense the messages you're not seeing, but you might be sensing is like around, going on, whatnot. So, what will the full moon bring into your awareness? Tension, conflict, possibly. Okay, there's some things, maybe there's some work, maybe there are some pressures, maybe there are some people situations that it's like you can feel the stress, you can feel the tension, you can feel the conflict, but you're just kind of pretending not to see it. It's kind of like, I'm not going to get involved. Like, I know it's there, but I'm not going to deal with it. Like, even if it's that's, you can feel the tension that somebody has with you, especially whether it's around you and it's an indirect thing or it's a direct thing, one way or another. And you yourself, again, when I asked if you're feeling put on pause, if you're avoiding something yourself, what's being brought into your awareness, and inherently, again, everything starts from within. So, what is the tension that you may be feeling and not ready or willing to address? And listen, it's just us here, so you don't have to explain yourself, but it's just something to consider. In terms of like if you do feel like you've been a little bit stuck, but I don't really know why. There's maybe, just look within and see like, where's the tension, where's the stress, where's the conflict coming from? Because with the wands, I think of movement, and, it's like, oh, I have to kind of like, it's a struggle, and it takes a little bit to have to push through. You know what I mean? So that's where it's kind of like, is there something that you're avoiding because maybe, even just on a practical level, you're not sure if you even want to bother, like, or if you have the energy to like want to like have to keep, you know what I mean, trying. It's like, if it was just a one shot deal, fine, but there seems to be some resistance. I don't know. That's a feeling that I just keep getting. So let's see what you might need to revisit. Okay, look on the brighter side. This is great. So with Number one, the choice is yours. Set yourself free. Take off the blindfold. Hit play. Don't stay stuck on pause. Don't allow yourself to be held up or to be put on pause either. Okay, so whether the situation, circumstance, the people or person, whatever it is that may be external to you, even if those what's the word, if those variables are not ready to move forward, and let's just say you are, but you're kind of just trying to, okay, just ignore and da 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 da, it's saying don't wait up, just go ahead and do what you need to do. And it's not coming from a heartless or cold harmful place. It's just, listen, things in that area just need time to work itself out. But overall, there's no reason to avoid, there's no reason to put off or to feel put off by anything or anyone. Okay. So again, even if you're feeling like, okay, are these people putting me off or whatnot? Like, hey, I'm just going to pretend not to notice. Set yourself free. Don't worry about it. Okay. Focus on, I don't want to just say focus on the joy, but in other words, when we see this eclipse and now there's this sun, the sun's coming out. Okay. And it's not just to be overly simplistic, like, oh, look at the brighter side, but truly, again, take off the blindfold. Don't be afraid to acknowledge what's there. That way you can set yourself free from it and just make a valid, educated, mindful choice. Okay. All right. Advice for a smooth full moon. Yeah. Prioritize. Put yourself first. Okay, Mother of Pentacles, your energy just pops up. Do your thing, okay? Don't be rocked by whatever's going on outside of you. That's kind of like, I feel for Tauruses, that's kind of like their trump card, your trump card. It's just, you might be feeling everything going on, but no one would know, no one would be any the wiser. Just totally stone cold. And I don't mean that as a negative, but like an actual rock. I think of a big boulder when I think of a Taurus, not just a bull, but a boulder, and you're just like sitting there. So you don't know like what you could be thinking, but in this case it's saying you can relax, take care of yourself, prioritize your needs, your future, look forward to your life, and don't worry about whatever else is going on outside of you. Stay grounded, lean back, stay out of any like just stress stuff. You're wise to like remove yourself, but it's okay to acknowledge things and just be like, listen, much love. I just gotta deal with my own stuff right now. But I'm sending you lots of love, okay? Bye. Just something like that, okay? Because it's just self care. All right. What kind of a break, what kind of vacation is your soul craving? Yeah. Take it easy, take a load off. I think of just kind of more dreamlike romantic energies with this Nine of Cups. Take a look at not just, oh, look at what you have to be grateful for in life, but take the time to really appreciate, and again, that nine, sorry, I was thinking of the Nine of Cups here. And with the Mother of Pentacles, there's something about nurturing yourself, like with the child and the fawn here being represented with the Mother of Pentacles and the dream-like state. There's something here with the sun and the moon and how this mother is awake and then the baby, the child, the fawn is asleep. And so it's saying that you can have a balance. There is a segue. I don't know why, but I'm feeling this energy of there's a segue that's happening. You can manage both. So step back from whatever is just not making sense, whatever is not vibing with you. Trust your senses. Don't avoid it. Just take care of you, prioritize you, your needs. Open up to nurturing your inner child self. Look forward to like responsibly taking those steps to nurture and support your childlike innocence, your dreams, what you are, what brings you joy and fulfillment. Okay. So, Taurus, check out your rising and moon signs for some added insight, extra info. Visit us, girlandhermoon.com, to schedule a session of your very own. Otherwise, have a gorgeous full moon, and thanks so much. Brightest full moon blessings, Gemini. This is Kapualani. I've got your girl and her moon November full moon reading here. So let's see what's up, Gemini. Okay. Let's get your message from the universe, Gemini. What do you need to hear from the universe? Stop being so hard on yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. And also, don't, I don't know why, but I'm getting this aspect of where you may feel hard on others, like a suspicious mind. That's where it's like, don't, just put the sword down. Like, don't be too hard on yourself or others. Give things a chance. Okay. There's a real feeling of just like self-sabotage and like this, even though it's conflicting energy, and it can be conflicting energy with others, with the circumstance. This, I always look within first and foremost, but this really feels to be something internal, Gemini, so it's like, don't be so hard on yourself. Be kind, watch your thoughts, and be kind to your mind. Like, I say that all the time, but definitely in this case, I'm picking up that message. So let's see what this full moon will be bringing to your awareness. That being said, yeah, new vision, okay, new ideas. Focus on your thoughts and where you're directing your thoughts, what's motivating your thoughts, okay, or vice versa, what's challenging them, okay. Focus on, I don't want to just say, oh, focus on the light, but what's motivating and inspiring you. Okay, truly, when there are certain invasive or intrusive, conflicting thoughts that come into your mind, and or things that just kind of mentally become very straining. And so in this case, turn things into positive action. Just simply take positive, empowering action. Okay, one thing. I don't know why I'm just, because it's the Ace of Wands, but if you can just do one thing, every day, just not seem like forever and ever, but just for the moment, just to help kind of turn things around. Just do one thing, take one step, in the right direction. Get focused on actionable step, on an actionable, tangible, aligned step. Okay. All right. What you need to revisit. Where have you been disappointed? Where there's some things, it's like, where I feel like where the waters run dry, not to be so literal with these chalices that are just broken. But there's a missing piece. There's also something missing. And so what you might need to revisit is, again, identifying, shining a light on these areas that have maybe become a bit too black and white. You know what I mean? Where it's just a bit disconnected or distorted or feeling discouraging in any way, shape, or form. That's where it's like shining that light and saying, okay, what actionable step can I take? Because there's energies that encourage recovery, and it's encouraging, okay, what can we do when we're feeling this way? What can we do to empower ourselves, to take an empowered, aligned, actionable step? Because sometimes when you're feeling just like so horrible that like joy is just like haha, it's just kind of like a cruel joke sometimes, like, or it's just too annoying. It's like I just didn't even think about that. Just want to have some peace, just want to be able to sleep, just want to breathe. Whatever the case may be, right? Have a single clear thought, take an aligned actionable step. That's all. So when I see broken glass, what do? Do we keep sifting through it with our bare hands and possibly cutting ourselves? No. Sweep it up. Right? You're just going to leave it there. Like, oh, forget it. We'll just leave it and whatever, whoever else sees it next. And they're going to get cut. And no, right? We're going to deal with it. We're going to sweep it up. It's disappointing. It sucks. It's a bummer. And I say, oh, those are my favorite glasses. But you know what? Just got to deal with it. Okay? So, advice for a smooth full moon. Be strong. Stay strong. Again, not to sound basic, but again, aligned, actionable steps. Have faith as well in yourself. Okay, trust in your knowing. There's a lot of, when I look at this figure 8 and I'm present to just your energy, Gemini, just those thoughts going back and forth and back and forth and back. Don't torture yourself. Okay, what I say, be kind to yourself, be kind to your mind. Don't stand under that hot blazing sun, melting and baking and waiting for things to shift, right? Things are going to shift. The universe is going to do what it needs to do. The people, places, circumstances, la la la. They're all going to do what they need to do. But in the meantime, what can you do? And look, remember when I said dry? These energies are dry. Look at that poor rose, right? What do we need to do? Let's see. We're going to be taking a look next at, what sort of vacation your soul is craving. I'm hoping that there's some water, but we'll see. It's not necessarily has to be the case. But again, let's get back to the strength card advice for a smooth full moon. Be mindful to just the pain body, because I'm thinking of the shattered glass with healing energies, and where this could be just struggle, right? Struggles of any sort, obviously. And so overcoming those struggles, that you have what it takes to overcome. It's just about I don't want to just simply say being patient, but it's about contending with our own nature, contending with our bodies, for example. That primal force is like, I don't want to stay here. I don't want to do this. I don't want to deal with this broken glass. It's so annoying. Like, I just want to go have fun under the sun and chill out. You know what I mean? But that's where it's just where you can be fair with yourself and take it one step at a time and not have something that's already potentially difficult be even harder, right? So, what sort of vacation is your soul craving? Okay. Play, joy, stop and smell the roses. Take time to acknowledge the little things. Stop and smell the roses. Put that rose in some water. Small steps, small steps. Take things day by day, step by step, okay? The situation and just for whatever reason, the energies that I'm present to here, follow the signs, follow the messages. There's definitely something coming through, like with this figure 8, the wand, the synchronicity with the roses, You know, spirit is with you. You have guides working with you. There are new cycles underway, okay? There are new beginnings underway. And so do whatever you can to, it's not about avoiding pain or avoiding, you know, conflict, but it's about, again, empowering yourself, right? Looking at it with fresh eyes. I know you may have a lot of wisdom and there might be a little bit of internal stubbornness because, you know, if you're a go-getter, that type of thing, of course. This is a new way of approaching things. It's presenting you with an opportunity to grow and evolve. And I feel like for you, Gemini, that's something that you can definitely work with and like embrace, like, okay, cool. You know, so keep in mind, take a look at your moon and rising signs for some added insight, info, whatnot. And don't hesitate, reach out, girlundermoon.com to schedule a session of your own. So just wishing you the very, very best. Many blessings. Till next time. Take care. Greetings, Cancer. Happy full moon blessings. This is Kapualani with your Girl and Her Moon November full moon reading. Let's see what your message is. Cancer. Okay. Cancer, what's your message from the universe this full moon? Okay. There's certain things. There's so many different layers. There's a few messages that happen so often, Cancer, but in this case, I get, you know, the typical, what, you know, not everything's what it seems when I see the Seven of Swords, but I also feel the sense that maybe you're going to be a little bit more in this position to keep things to yourself. You might be looking at things from a different angle, wondering, are things what they seem? Like, are, you know, you yourself, maybe like, I'm getting kind of weird vibes. And I feel this sense of like, you know, with the Cancer energy, hiding in the shell and kind of poking out one eye, I'm like, what's out there? Hiding the other eye and just like, contemplating. I don't know why, but with the Seven of Swords, there's always that reminder to just remember, don't think that you have it all figured out. There may be other scenarios, other options. There may be other things going on. So while you're busy, you know, thinking that you got someone or something all figured out, Cancer, in the meantime, the universe, spirit, whatnot are like, haha, just remember, there's always like so many different ways that things can go. So what will this full moon bring into your awareness? Okay, yeah. There's this energy of like protection, self-protection. There's something that you're going to be sensing energetically for sure. You're going to be sensing that things are not quite what they seem. Something's up. Okay. So this in particular will give you just more of an awareness to not just protecting your energy, but I don't know if I had said this earlier with the Seven of Swords. Keep certain things to yourself. Just because you have certain intelligence, certain answers, certain abilities, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Okay. So being mindful, okay, what you value, your future, your, you know, the things that you've been working on and trying to develop for yourself, like, and especially with wands because it's fire, life force, and then I think of that creative life potential. Your ideas are very, very valid. Okay, so if you've got some things that you're working on, especially keep them to yourself. Okay, definitely keep it like hush hush right now. All right, what you need to revisit. Yeah, boundaries, boundaries. Cleanse your space. Be mindful. Be mindful of the company you keep. There may be, I feel this kind of needy, clingy type possible energy around, and in a lot of ways, and it's not even personal. It's not even about you, right? It's just the collective, it's collective energy. And so that's where it's like, just know yourself, know your needs, know what's going on with you and your world emotionally and mentally and all that sort of stuff, because realize your own thoughts, what you might be even thinking, things may not be so one way or another. You think so and so, oh no, everything's great. It's like, oh, maybe they're not so great with this, and maybe they're not so great with that, and then they're actually the safer bet. So I don't mean to be so polarized, but just an extreme example. Trust your senses, and take the time to say less and to observe more right now, especially. Okay. Advice for a smooth full moon. Daughter of Cups, yeah. Keep your boundaries. I just feel like stay away, stay away. Um, Listen to your senses. Trust your instincts. Trust your instincts. You're in terms of having a smooth full moon, it's really just being mindful of your comfort zone. I feel, because I just see, like, with this sweet swan, this little baby swan on the water, any kind of like vibration thing that hits it, or woo, feel it, and just anything that's making the water cloudy, they'll feel it, get affected by it. And so just take care of you right now, protect your energy, and again, your ideas. Use that crab shell. That's what I encourage for this full moon, and nurture your inner child. Okay. Be mindful and balancing out, not overdoing, of course. And yeah, balancing the self care. Okay. What sort of downtime is your soul craving? Yeah, alleviation from burdens, potentially family burdens, and or where there might be group energy, or those that you might consider family, like even if it were like coworkers. And again, I even said like collective energy. So finish, like, push through, like, don't give up. You're almost there, because 10 endings and beginnings. Okay. It's just about maintaining sane, healthy boundaries. It just keeps coming up. Um, and I go back to again how it's not just with using your shell as a protection, but also I feel like saying it's like as a support. While you are having to carry these burdens, and let's just say you're not in a space where you feel like sharing your vulnerability, where you feel like being vulnerable around others, right? That's where, so you have to protect that part of yourself, and allow that part of yourself to breathe and have a safe space in the shell, right? And so externally, it's just kind of like, okay, we're understanding what's happening externally so that we can compartmentalize in a healthy, loving way, right? So you're not having to feel overwhelmed and feel so overcome by it, where it's like, I'm being crushed. But rather, you can see it as a transition point. And I sometimes refer to just with how crabs, seasonally, or what, I don't know how, actually that might be the wrong even timing, but just how, as crabs grow and develop, shed the shell. So there is definitely something that is shifting out. Okay, there may be some things that are not quite finished or over, so that's where it's saying balance, and be mindful of the company that you keep. But otherwise, Cancer, take a look at your rising and moon signs for some extra guidance and insight. And visit us, girlundermoon.com, to schedule a personal session of your own. But otherwise, take care and have a blessed full moon. Leo, happy full moon blessings. This is Kapualani. I've got your Girl on Her Moon November full moon reading here. Okay, Leo. Let's get your message from the universe for this November full moon. The Magician, the power's in your hands. Okay. Taking control, stepping up. Some things that I'm picking up on right now. Things are looking up, getting brighter, Leo, especially if and where it's felt a bit discombobulated or jumbled. And I just say discombobulated or jumbled because, you know, where the cheetah is facing isn't exactly the same direction as where its body is facing, you know. So it's kind of like taking a moment to get your head on straight and taking a look at where you're at so you can line yourself up accordingly with where you're going, where you know, where you're wanting to be heading at least in that case. But otherwise, again, yeah, power is in your hands here, Leo. So take a look at what empowers you. Take a look at the skills, the tools, the resources, people, places, all of the what you have gained thus far to put you in your most empowered position, you know, to where you can really confidently step forward saying, okay, based on the goals that I have, this is my most empowered aligned action. So that being said, let's see what this one will be bringing to your awareness. Okay, not just choices, but not being overwhelmed. And I'm also getting not overthinking things, simplify, clarify by simplifying. There's always this sort of head over heart situation that comes through with the Four of Cups at times, and it says the answer is obvious, it's right under your nose. So again, if you're trying to travel that way but your body is facing that way, what is the smartest thing to do, right? Turn around. And so there's something here. Don't miss the details that are right under your nose. There's information, there's details. You don't need to look any further than where you are, Leo. Everything that you need is right here, right now. And it's just about starting. Okay? The other options, whatnot, they're not going anywhere. And if they do, guess what? Everything is divinely timed and aligned, and it'll come back around again if it's truly meant to be, right? So don't get held up or distracted by like indecision in so many ways. And I feel like that's something that you have an awareness, like you already have kind of an awareness of yourself in terms of, okay, let's not just kind of overthink too much, you know, and just make it easier on myself. All right, what you might need to revisit. Okay. Not just patience, tying up loose ends. If you feel like you're missing something, you know, if you, what you're feeling is like, gosh, I feel when you keep going over the same details over and over, and if you do feel like you're missing something, take this time to simply acknowledge the basics. Take this time to address things, like essentially not like literally from the ground up, but where this spider relies on the web for pretty much the foundation, you know. Where are there potential repairs? Where are there potential, you know, hypothetical holes in the foundation or in the structure that you could mend, that you could pay attention to here or now? Whether it's also just like budgeting and not spending too much at this time, taking the time to cover your bases, to cross T's, dot the I's, that sort of thing. And again, it's just simple as saying, hey, if you're trying to go that way, pay attention to which direction you're facing, even your body's facing. Pay attention to where you are before you decide to get going, you know, to the next thing. So it's cover your bases. Advice for a smooth full moon. Yeah. Slow down, cover your bases. There's an energy of recovery. Okay. Take a look at where you may think you have energy versus where you actually do have energy. Okay. There's some things that you could mend right now. Okay, whether it's like just taking the time to physically rest, or it is something like with budget, or it is something with like, okay, before I move on to the next steps, before I move on to the next goals or whatever, the next vision, this next thing, Why don't I finish up what I'm doing here and now? Why don't I kind of just slow down and take a look at, all of the what I have available to me? Because if there's more to come, and the fact is, if you're going to be collecting more pentacles eventually, right, again, it's the stability. So there's something dealing with long-term stability in mind. So it's like, again, stitch in time saves nine, basically. All right. What type of vacation is your soul craving? Yeah. Slow down, prioritize, take a look at your future goals. When you're looking at your future goals, what are you doing? What steps are you taking here and now to balance, to line up, to what's the word that I'm not to just line up with those goals. Okay? What are you doing now? What what habits, what actions, what steps are you taking now? What resources do you have now? What are you aware of now, in terms of where your future development is unfolding? And so really there's no rush. Okay, it's saying there's time, so take this time to slow down, take this time to rest and to recover, whether it's literally, physically, financially, whether it's about wanting to get up and go and travel, but it's like right now you just kind of need to stay where you are type thing. So prioritize yourself, your needs, your goals, and take a look in the bigger picture of things. Even if it's about making certain sacrifices. Let's say you don't really feel too wowed or encouraged to take on a certain job or a certain project, right? Well, it's saying, well, if you have these bigger goals or dreams in mind, and you've come so far, but like, let's see, take the time. Are things lining up? Your actions lining up with your with what you're saying your wants and needs are at? Okay, so that's all, and it's not it's not a bad thing at all, but for some added insight, I feel it's encouraging, Leo, quite frankly, because I just hear, just slow down. There's nothing more that you need to do other than to slow down, get caught up, because things are going to get picking up again. Okay, so as I was saying, check out your moon and rising signs for some added insight, and visit us girlinnermoon.com to schedule a session of your very own, for extra support, whatnot. But till next time, take care. Have a blessed full moon. Virgo, many full moon blessings. This is Kapualani. I've got your girl and her moon November full moon reading here. All right. So the Son of Wands obviously is making its presence known. So with the Son of Wands energy, follow your drives, your senses. Follow the signs. You don't need to make any more of it than what it is, but definitely be inquisitive. Trust your instincts and let yourself, I'm just getting burned off any stagnant energy, that you might be feeling, any pent up stagnant energy. Burn it off. Like, get out, get moving. Okay. What you need to hear from the universe this full moon, Virgo. Oops. All right, well, there's something going on here. Since these both came out here, I'll just flip these both over. 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. This is a time to rest, okay? Don't feel daunted if it appears as though you're lacking in some way, okay? Don't feel daunted. Don't let yourself be too overwhelmed, or like, where if you are feeling or sensing conflict, or competitive energies around you, it's like, gosh, you don't even know if you really have the energy to deal with it. It's okay. Get out, move, and circulate your energy body from whatever might be stagnating or exhausting. So it's not necessarily like high level stuff, but if there's like restorative yoga, or going for a meditative walk, just something that's going to help to move your energy body, because the 5s are energies of recoveries, but in these cases, because I feel like there's just a lack in self-confidence, or just a lack or a lull in terms of self-worth, and just kind of, there's just a lot of just this low energy. Okay, so let's see what will be brought into your awareness. Yeah, clarity of what's ahead, clarity of how you can take actionable steps, like where that Son of Wands floated out. Okay, so aligned actionable steps, people, places, situations that are also going to be supportive of you. Okay, so connect with, the people, places, the areas that are going to bring you energy, that are going to bring you clarity. Okay, and with the wands here, even though I know it's fire, I think of, wood. Like, so I think of the woods almost, and being with the forest, and maybe gaining clarity, just maybe walking through, like, nature, something like that. All right, what you need to revisit: gentleness, healing, self-healing with your inner child energies, listen to your intuition, clarity and cleansing. Okay, open up to joy and softness, treat yourself with kindness, be kind to yourself, take care of yourself. Okay, there's new beginnings that are underway. Don't feel obligated to, like, unless of course where there are those obvious responsibilities. Take the time though, where you can, to really turn the self-care towards you, and just kind of slow down and look on the brighter side from a fresh pair of eyes, from eyes of, like, childlike eyes, essentially. All right, advice for a smooth full moon. Yep, self-care, self-responsibility, clear your energy field. There, like I said, I feel low energy. I feel almost like Virgo, with your immutable earth. It's really easy for you to just get mucked up by other energies, even if it's just, you know what I mean? Like, day to day living. It's almost like you're just this sponge. We all can be that way at times, but I'm really picking up on this for you. So it would definitely benefit you to set some boundaries, emotional boundaries, cleanse your space. And if and where you are overdoing or underdoing anything, self-medicating, that sort of thing, where there might be toxic or just unhealthy stuff, just be aware, be mindful of how you treat yourself, how you care for yourself, and just the energies that you're surrounding yourself with. Okay, more than anything. What type of vacation is your soul craving? Yeah. Lift off. Next level. If and where there's energies of partnership, okay, whether it's collaborative, creatively, with career, with work, whether it's love, relationship, whatnot, I get the sense that if and where there has been strain or struggle, you're really just ready to move on to the next level, one way or another. It's a recognition of yourself, and it's an inner healing that always is what's going to support that shift, more than anything, especially if and where another person might be involved. And so, where there are new opportunities, be open to new opportunities. Okay, be open to new opportunities, be open to next level shifts. There are, again, energies of recovery. So even if and where you may have been or may be going through some tough times, things are going to be turning around. And be open, call in the next level shifts as well, call in those people, places, experiences, and whatnot that are going to support your growth and healing. All right, so Keep in mind, Virgo, take a look at your rising and moon signs for some added guidance and insight. And don't hesitate, visit us girlandthemoon.com to schedule a session of your very own. So thanks so much. Take care. Till next time. Happy full moon, Libra. This is Kapualani. I've got your girl on her moon November full moon reading here. Let's see what we've got in store. Okay, Libra, your message from the universe this full moon for November. Father of Swords. Okay. The first thing that I heard is armed with information. There is an air of readiness and a tone of like actual seriousness that I'm picking up with this Father of Swords energy, Libra. So I get this feeling of almost like a defensive. I get this feeling like armed and ready, like ready to take charge. You're ready to take things on. You're ready to, not necessarily that you're going to be going charging in guns blazing or anything like that, but I do feel this seriousness to where it's like, you know what, I'm not playing games anymore. I'm done playing games. That's it. So I don't know how you feel about that, Libra, or what, in terms of what's coming to mind in that regard. But like, let's see here what this full moon will be bringing into your awareness. That being said, okay, interesting. We've got this owl energy and the moon. Something's like that nocturnal, trusting the senses, you being in an environment that you're comfortable in. You're comfortable being in the dark. You're comfortable sort of, dwelling in the mystery in a sense. For you, it's a feeling of empowerment. Again, armed and ready to take things on no matter what. And so there is this feeling of trusting your senses, heightening, the energies, the vibes around you. Okay. I get that this is full moon energy. So I suppose that there's a little bit more of that influence really at hand here. But in terms of what's being brought into your awareness, there's something really calling me to say, like, listen to your instincts, follow your intuition before, like, waving your sword, before making a snap decision. Be inquisitive, follow your intuition. I almost get this feeling of just as much as you like the dark and you can handle it, and it's an environment that you would feel comfortable in, just as, just hypothetically, metaphorically speaking here, rather, there's something also about just investigate and see how, what and what you're sensing, like, you know what I mean, how things are kind of lining up, how things sort of add up. Okay, so let's see what you might need to revisit. Okay, softening up. Revisit your approach. Okay. There's this, I get, we have the moon with the water, and then the Sun of Cups with the water. Soften. Like I said, you don't need to maybe put the sword down a little bit and investigate. See what's there before assuming that it's like stranger danger stuff. You know what I mean? Because if you're like charging in with your sword and it's a friendly person or somebody that's just trying to help, it's like, oops, sorry. It's like too late for that. So you may be feeling something in the air, but I suppose part of the message is take the time to tune in. This is empathic, intuitive vibes. These rays coming out of the chalice here, your intuitive, empathic senses, your gut instincts, like, oh, okay, that's interesting, versus the sharp wit, the intellect, that kind of energy. So there's something about slow down, put the sword down, you're very much in charge. You are being taken seriously. You are seen as a serious person. That's okay. This is just about you right now. You know what I mean? And so go inward, and even if it is about getting something done, like getting things done, you want done. It's not what you say, but how you say it. Not what you do, but how you do it. Okay? You catch more, what is it they say? You attract more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. So, advice for a smooth full moon. Yeah, just understand. Understand where you're coming from. It could be that instinctively you're just feeling maybe that you got some, your future is vulnerable. Because I think of this eggs, the future potential, right? And so self care, self worth, self love. With the Mother of Wands, it does evoke energies of even just beauty. So I think, just anything that you can do to evoke just feel good stuff for you, like getting honestly like reflexology, doing like wellness and well-being, very much important. Okay, and when it comes to your future endeavors, understand it's going to take time. Okay, it's going to take time for all these things to develop. So that's why I put the care and the love into it rather than all of these deep details. Soften up. Okay, not what you do, but how you do it. Okay? I'm just present in understanding just the water versus the air with what you have in store, what plans you have for yourself, what goals, what dreams are underway. Okay, what have you been working on? What future potential within yourself that you see for yourself? And just like also particular goals that you have, like manifesting a home or something with business, or the next levels with your business, with this, that, the other thing, career, whatever the case may be. All right. So start from the inside out, do the self care stuff first, and it all will line up. Okay. What type of vacation is your soul craving? Get things moving. You want those eggs cracking. Sorry for the wobble. I know. You want to get things moving in the right direction, though. So, fair play, fair play. If and where, again, there are things, like I said, slow down, put the sword down. Not so much about getting the fire heated, like to the max, right? You got to mind the levels of the flames, is what I keep trying to say. Get moving. Whatever restlessness, because just consider it might be restlessness. You might be picking up on vibes and energies. And so, in that case, luckily, you are not charged with actually physically having to sit on a nest and incubate eggs. You can get moving. So, get your body moving, get your energy circulating where you are feeling restless, where you have had some ideas, that you've been kind of like marinating or incubating. Set some things into motion. Okay, do that through feeling through going with the flow rather than trying to be so diligent with point by point planning. Okay, so Libra, don't hesitate. Take a look at your moon and rising signs, extra insight, and visit us girlandhermoon.com to schedule a session of your very own. So till next time, take care. Bright full moon blessings, Scorpio. This is Kapualani. I've got your Girl on Her Moon November full moon reading. Let's see what the cards have to reveal. Your message from the universe, Scorpio. Okay. Take time. Not necessarily, it's like, okay, get organized. Look back over your work. With all that you have endeavored and the seeds that you have planted, that you've been tending to. I was trying to find the right phrase, whatever projects, relationships, that sort of thing. This is a time to really reflect and, with the intention of doing a little bit of cleanup, with a little bit of maintenance. And in doing the maintenance is about seeing, okay, where have I been putting most of my focus? Where have I been seeing more progress? Where do it maybe need to put a little bit more care, time, and progress? Or do I realize, okay, maybe I can create space because there's more growth happening here with less effort? So it's time to really make room as part of what I'm getting. So I almost feel a sense of like cleanup, possibly, because I do, sometimes look at 7 as an energy of just personal kind of inventory. Okay. Let's see, that being said, what the full moon will be bringing into your awareness. Ooh, another 7 here. Okay. See what's missing. And I don't necessarily say that right off the bat when I see like 7 of swords or anything. But I feel like there may be something that you're overlooking. You may think that you've got something all figured out, and but in the meantime, the universe is saying, hey, but you forgot. There's all these other possibilities or these other ideas or these other ways that you can go about doing this. So not what you do, but how you go about doing things. Okay. In the inventory there's a personal perspective that you can gain. If and where you weren't aware of your own motivations, for example, if and where you weren't aware of your own, maybe even talents. Sometimes we have productivity and we end up with positive results in areas that we never really expected, and vice versa. We really put our heart and soul into something, but we don't get the results that we had hoped for. So I feel like there's some kind of message there for you to maybe think about. Look at the situation. This could even be in relationships, to people, that sort of thing. But otherwise, I definitely get that, especially where you're spending your time, whether people, places, experiences, hobbies, work, whatnot. Okay. There may be better ways or other ways of going about doing, like getting the same thing done. So, what you might need to revisit. Yeah. Mind your approach. Yeah. Not what you do, how you do it, but how you do it. Not what you say, but how you say it. There's something a little, I almost want to say something a little bit different that I'm saying, like, not off topic of what I was picking up on earlier or anything, Scorpio, but just definitely some layers being revealed. I feel like I don't, if you're in a position, Scorpio, of like shared space or shared energy where relationships are concerned, work, where you like, if you're just any kind of shared space kind of situation, whether it's work or home or whatever the case may be, honestly, even online on like in a group chat, it, gosh, I'm just like getting that. Not what you say, but how you say it, because there's so much black and white here. I'm wondering if it's like there's things that are on a screen, you know what I mean, or just something that's just really online, and it's in, like I said, just kind of going back in communications and whatnot. But there's something for you to go back to and something for you to be aware of in terms of there's something to turn around. There's the potential to turn something around here that I'm picking up on for you, Scorpio. And sometimes when you see the Son of Swords, you think of the Knight of Swords, Knight in shining armor, charging in, like, woohoo, like with that kind of fearlessness or whatnot. But again, it's not what you say, what you do, but how you do it. Okay, make sure that you're not hurting yourself, sacrificing yourself, or others in the process, whether you mean to or not. Sometimes we think we have things all figured out, and then we rush in. It's like, oh, shoot, I should have taken that time. I would have noticed. Da, 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 da. So, advice for a smooth full moon. Yeah, slow down. Step by step. Follow things step by step. Stay focused and true to whatever it is that you need to stay focused and true to right here, right now. That's all. Let things evolve. Let the journey guide you. Let things fall into place step by step. Right now, okay, you just need to worry about what you need to be worrying about. I'm sorry, I don't mean to just kind of be so like basic in that way or anything. But part of it is about using this time to really not just slow down, but to take, I use this analogy often with the Sun of Pentacles, really take a look at and be in the experience, whatever it is. Like, another analogy, Sun of Pentacles, when you're sitting down to a meal, really just be present to the food, smell the food, taste the food, engage with food. Don't be like talking and all this stuff going through your mind. Just really that, you know what I mean? That's what builds more of a connection to what it is that you're doing, and helps to build the experience, and it creates more of a deeper meaning and a muscle memory connection. Okay, so what type of vacation is your soul craving? Yeah, you want to see results. You want to see the results, the give and the take. You know, um, with this Six of Pentacles, again, whatever it is that you're working toward, whether it's a relationship, your own personal goals, all of those things, whatnot, okay? Take that time, with the Pentacles, Sun of Pentacles, slow down and look at the growth, look at how things have developed. Okay. And where I said here, when things are just becoming a little bit too practical, too just black and white, find the value by really taking a look at each, whatever that is, situation, um, you know, person, whatever the case may be. Okay. And so this is where it's just kind of give yourself that time to just take a step back, slow down, and enjoy the fruits of your labor, enjoy your relationships, enjoy those places and spaces that are healthy and reciprocal. Okay. So all that in mind, Scorpio, check out your moon and rising signs, get a little bit of extra info and guidance for this full moon. But visit us, girllettermoon.com, otherwise to schedule a session of your own. So take care. Until next time. Greetings, Sagittarius. This is Kapualani. I've got your Girl and Her Moon November full moon reading here. See what the cards have to say. All right. Your message from the universe this November full moon, Sagittarius. Ooh, Ten of Swords. Okay. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. What's blocking you? What's been spinning through your mind? What's been tormenting or torturing you? Have you been feeling, if it's not, you know what I'm saying, if it's not anything that you can really put your finger on, are you feeling some vibes? Possibly, I don't like to go there right off the bat. I really, really don't. But maybe like backstabbing, people talking behind your back type thing, and or just things that are stressful situations that may simply be taking its toll on you right now. Okay, Sag, there's something here where it's like you can't avoid it anymore. You can't avoid it. It's just it's to the point, I think of this Ten of Swords where, I mean, look at this poor bull here. You know what I mean? Worn out. Worn out is really the message that I get. So I want to say it's safe and it's okay for you to acknowledge exhaustion. It's safe and it's okay for you to acknowledge when you're feeling like you can't really trust what's going on around you right now. That's just, that first sort of step to kind of gain perspective is like, you know what, I'm so stressed out. I need to take a step back. I need to like take a breath. I need to go for a walk. I need to gain some clarity because right now the wheels are just turning, and I just, I can't relax. So what will this full moon bring into your awareness? Yeah. Two of Cups. Healing. Emotion. Okay. Relationships and unions. Connections. Heart to heart connections. there may be certain things, and it doesn't have to necessarily be a romantic relationships or partnerships, but it could be close friends, like a best friend, or it could be like just somebody that you would feel a strong connection or bond with, or even just in terms of a situation. Okay, even if that, always from the inside out, always from the inside out, where you are feeling conflicted, where you are not in a place where you can feel balance and confident within yourself, where you can trust your own self. Okay. And so that again, step away, gain some clarity. And it's not about ending anything with anyone, but having that mindfulness to say, okay, like I said again, having a little bit of stress, I need to clear my mind, need to gain some inner zen, inner peace, more than anything, first and foremost. Right? When you can't figure out what to do, when you don't know what's bothering you or what's kind of causing all this anxiety or restlessness, indecision, lack of focus, start from within. Okay? Self healing, first and foremost. Easy. What you need to revisit. Yeah, get grounded. Four of Pentacles. What are your routines? Your day to day routines? What are your day-to-day foundations? Who, what, where? Are there areas in your day-to-day? Are there areas in your routine and whatnot that are just stressing you out? They're just getting a little bit worn down, and where is it throwing things out of balance for you? Okay. I almost feel like figuring out what's grinding those gears, and or wearing you down. I feel almost like if you could take a like this is always my solution, take a retreat, go away, just go away and decompress. But often it's like such a wonderful, it's not forever, right? It's not even about like forever, but it's about having that healthy balance. So again, look at your routines. Look at your day to day. How are you staying centered, grounded? Do you have a day to day rhythm and routine to help you feel grounded, centered, focused, clear, that sort of thing? Because it's one thing, to have an exciting, like a lot going on. Woohoo! It's really fun when you've got a lot of projects, when things are moving. But we need things to help ground us and stabilize us as well. So again, routine, day to day, and how that's looking, whether it's healthy and or out of alignment or what. Okay. Advice for a smooth full moon. Yeah, slow down, balance, balance, balance. The gas and the brakes. Where have you been really burning the midnight oil, and or just wearing yourself out? And or even if it's like situations, you know what I mean? Taking a step back to look at the bigger picture, taking a step back to figure out your own inner harmony, okay? And get recentered, refocused again. This is something, having this temperance energy, I get this bigger picture. It is about looking at the bigger picture while being real about, and your here and now practical needs, and again where you can apply an aligned, actionable, self-healing step. So that being said, let's see what kind of downtime your soul's craving. Alleviation. You want end to the burdens, end to the conflict. I don't know if if it's just pure exhaustion, if there has been just things out of balance, and or certain routines that have maybe run down, like they've just worn you out, certain routines that have worn you out. Okay. It's time to really acknowledge and close out what's not working, because it's like the burnout, I can imagine, in whatever which way, whether it's like physically exhausting, mentally, emotionally, all of the above. I imagine it's real, and so with tens, house and home come to mind. So again, within the self, first and foremost. So your own mental energy, mental health, and then life force energy, the ability to actually get up and go. Like, how are you feeling in those levels, and what can you do? right? To self-care and to bring those aspects into balance, okay? So Sagittarius, check out your moon and rising signs, get some extra guidance, insight for this round of the full moon, and reach out, connect with us, girlonthemoon.com, schedule a session, okay? So take care, many blessings. Hello Capricorn, happy full moon. This is Kapualani. I'm here with your girl and her moon. November full moon reading. Let's see what we've got. Okay, Capricorn, your message from the universe this full moon. I heard take charge, Father of Pentacles. Trust, if and where you've made plans, if and where work, business, for whatever reason, materialistic financial matters are concerned. I feel like this will be a strong time for you to take charge, to take command, to really put things into perspective. This should be pretty comfortable. I feel just, based on the earth nature, okay, your earth nature, excuse me, Capricorn, you have what it takes. I almost feel like there's a different level of maturity, different level of sensibility, self-confidence, self-awareness that you will likely be stepping into, exuding. Maybe you won't even notice it right off the bat. Maybe you might kind of feel it a little bit, but I feel like it's just going to be kind of coming off of you. You might get some comments from people like, oh, you look kind of different, your energy or whatever. I know, just there's something here to where your self-confidence and just how you see yourself, how you feel about yourself, where you're at in your life right now, things kind of, I don't want to, not necessarily coming full circle, but there is a sense of, again, confidence that's building, that's increasing. So what will this full moon bring you to your awareness? Okay, choices, options, where you maybe were not seeing possibilities before. There may be now too many. It's only too many. It's like when not full on when it rains, it pours. But I almost get you might start to notice things that you hadn't before. You may also, because the four of cups, excuse me, it can represent boredom. It can represent when you don't know what to do, what decision to make. But in this case, because you're stepping into this energy, I feel like your ability to overcome self-doubt or overcome indecision or that sort of thing, there's something to be gained here. There's something to be gained, okay? I just get the sense that you're going to start to see things and or at least notice things that you hadn't quite noticed before. You're seeing things in a different light. What you need to revisit. See, you're seeing things in a different light. Go back to simplifying, okay? Wherever you're feeling a little bit indecisive, wherever you're kind of like, okay, I have these options before me. I don't know which one is the best one, because you're trying to be practical. You're trying to be logical, go according to plan or step by step, that sort of thing. This is saying, well, listen, in this situation, it's going to trust you best to surrender to your feelings, surrender to your intuitive, empathic side, trust your instincts, your gut. Okay, what would bring you the most joy and fulfillment? If you've got all of these options, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatnot, which one, like, depending on what's in it, which one would bring you the most joy and satisfaction just right here, right now? Short term. Okay, short term. We're not thinking huge life commitment. When we see the Daughter of Cups, it's like a taste test. Okay, give yourself that space to say, I don't need to take myself so seriously right now. Maybe this is a time to just sort of explore my options to figure out what works best for me. Advice for a smooth full moon. Yep, pause, step back. And I said taste test. And when I think of red, I think of the root. And I also think of like red wine, and the chalices here, So in that case, take your time, be mindful, before just diving in with making decisions, no matter how confident you might be feeling. You can develop that confidence. And even here, with this hangman, it's that shift in perspective by taking a look at things from a different perspective. And in this case, again, you'll gain the insight, the steps that you're wanting to take, and or and they have a coloring book filling in the images with a color. You'll know what colors to use, and how it's going to feel and look and all this stuff when you get there. But you got to drink it first. Like, can you imagine what happens? Like, okay, yes, I'm imagining. Like, okay, that's great, but like have a sip. Nobody's saying you have to drink the whole thing or the whole bottle or whole whatever. Just like have a sip, and take the time to really like look at it, look at things from all sides. Consider what you're feeling rather than just going through the practical, logical way. Okay? Take time to ingest. All right. What sort of downtime or vacation is yourself craving? Yeah, play, connecting to the feeling more. What's, again, motivating and inspiring you into action? This bat again with the red in the eyes, and then the fiery energy, the Daughter of Wands with the red coming through here as well. Um, Stopping, smelling the roses, seeing what you feel, taking that time. With the Father of Pentacles, especially, it's becoming aware of how your actions and choices affect not only your reality, but the reality around you. You know what I mean? And it's seeing things through, taking things from a place of responsibility and owning that. Seeing how, the impact and this, how what you do does create results. It does affect change. And so as you surrender to your senses, to the childlike aspects, it will help you to better, more effortlessly and authentically navigate, okay, your steps. And it will help you to make sense and say, okay, yeah, that, like if you're hungry, right, like what do you feel like eating? Well, okay, well, you could have this or you could have this. Well, no, I don't really want that. You have to see how you have the power to make choices for you, choices that you enjoy, that bring you joy, and the simple ways as well. It doesn't have to be all just responsible. Okay, pause to look at things from a different perspective and let yourself open up and engage your feeling in terms of the childlike sense of wonder and play and trying new things more than anything. Okay, try new things. It's not a full life commitment, it's what's going to help you to develop your palette. So Capricorn, I think I hope you like that. How I put it that way. Check out your moon and rising signs for some added insight, and visit us, girlandhermoon.com, to schedule a session of your own. So, till next time, take care. Happy full moon, Aquarius. Kapualani here, and I have your November full moon reading. So without further ado, Aquarius, let's see what the cards say. Aquarius, your message from the universe this full moon. Son of Wands, explore, be open. I almost feel like don't hesitate to trust your senses, to take action. And I almost want to say, try new things and put yourself out there in a way that, of course, is healthy and in alignment with you on a soul level. I do get an increase in energy and like an interest in getting up and getting out again. as well, at least in some way, at least short spurts. We're not saying that this is a full-on commitment here again or anything like that. So, I do get an increase in energy levels. I do feel that wherever there has been a lull, start to open up to a shift. Okay, with this fire, I almost get like curiosity at play. Like it's really like your curiosity will be piqued at this time. So let's see what this full moon is going to be bringing to your awareness. Yep, curiosity, like play, getting up, what's motivating and inspiring you into action, stopping smelling the roses, exploring, trying new things. Okay, not just having new ideas, but exploring and putting them into motion, following your senses, following your instincts, being in a position to also feel present to new cycles and any energies to catalyze like new cycles, growth, development, that kind of thing. There's a lot of creative energy here. Life force, chi, psychic energy in a way, but creative energy, a lot of movement, physical movement. But this is, I almost want to say, for some reason, the only phrase I can think of is short spurts. This is something to where you don't want to, like, again, dedicate yourself to some, like, long process or anything like that. So I feel like opening up to a playful side if things have been really, really, like, just all about work and goals and, just, I don't know why, but just like being in the grind or anything like that. There's things that are going to be shifting, opening up. So you see some signs of life. All right. What we need to revisit? Grounding. Okay. And like I said, short spurts. So slow down a little bit. It might be an exciting time wanting to get up and go and get out there and get moving, but still be mindful. You have a responsibility to yourself. You have a responsibility possibly to others. Okay. And whatever goals and or responsibilities that you do have, keep those in mind. Okay. Because there's still this energy to where you're needed and or whatever you're working toward is still underway and still calls for your attention and care. Okay, so in this case, Mother of Pentacles, house, home, and when we look at that from the inside out, it's your own body, your relationship with your body and and your space, your home space. So how you're caring for your home space, how you're caring for your body. And again, oh yeah, getting up and getting out, circulating your energies if it's like you've been really stagnated for a while. But being mindful as well, to mind, like again, sorry, to mind your priorities. Advice for a smooth full moon. Excuse me, Daughter of Cups. Yep, okay. Go with the flow, be gentle. Listen to your intuition, your inner child. And when I say that, it's about just withdrawing from any toxic, unsavory, just things that are not beneficial or helpful to you at this time. I almost want to say follow the signs, trust your vibes, trust your instincts, keep things light. Remember, you've got your own future to protect. You've got your own sensitive nature, your own sensitive soul, your own energy, your own priorities, right? Because you do. You have your own stuff going on here. So just stay back from those that are not kind of in sync or not in the same space. And it's okay. Totally okay. And I know you get that. All right. So go, check things out. I almost feel like I see the Son of Wands like a scout, scouting things out and seeing what's out there. And be like, okay, this is a space where I can chill and have fun and like recharge, and that space where maybe not so much, Just kind of making it as light and easy as possible. So, what type of vacation is your soul craving? Yeah. Integration. And again, I feel this energy, I don't know why, but it's not full on slowing down, but a shift in perspective. where you have again been really hard pressed with work, with goals, accomplishments, if and where you've had a lot of responsibilities, or where you just haven't taken the time to self-care or get caught up with new developments, with your own growth. Take this time to now look at things from a different perspective. Take this time to digest, in other words, like how you've developed, how you've grown, how you've evolved and changed thus far. um there isn't a rush. It's what I'm getting. There's new cycles opening up that you're opening up to, just consciously and energetically. And so part of it is, even though you might feel like this get up and go vibe, what's going to guide you most is just to kind of be gentle and slow down, and to trust that, you're going to have the place to properly channel all that energy, and there's going to be a space for all of it to develop. But just be mindful of your needs, and take care to just slow down and look at things from a different perspective before jumping in. Okay, so Aquarius, check out your moon and rising signs for some added insight and guidance, and visit us girlinnermoon.com if there's any guidance, or a personal session of your own that you would like to schedule. So take care. Till next time. Bright full moon blessings, Pisces. This is Kapualani. I've got your girl on her moon November full moon reading. Let's see what we've got for you, Pisces. Okay, Pisces, your message from the universe this November full moon. Self-care, self-love, okay? And not just that, but minding your space, your responsibilities. What's your responsibility and what simply is not. I so often relate Mother of Cups with boundaries, that fanned out wing, just saying, hold on, even though this Mother of Cups is very giving, nurturing, whatnot, she's also very, very aware when boundaries are starting to be crossed, when the water is starting to be tainted a little bit, when things are getting a little cloudy. And so I'm getting, just listen to your senses and remove yourself, and or don't hesitate to draw that line where you feel yourself sort of, either being taken advantage of, and or just anywhere that those lines or boundaries might be kind of blurred, crossed, whatnot. Okay, you will be feeling a lot of stuff going on around you. And so the other thing that I'm getting to is just, be mindful of any poor or harmful habits. Okay, be mindful of just your intake. I just feel this thing with intake in this way. So it's just for your own clarity and sense of perception. You can know better what you're feeling, if that makes sense. Let's see what this full moon will be bringing to your awareness. Okay, the Tower. For some reason, I almost got like, let me slow down and go back to this Tower energy. I don't know why, but it's like a clarity of seeing things. There's, it's seeing where you simply, okay, being aware and seeing what you do and do not have responsibility, authority over. there are certain things that simply are beyond your control. They've been beyond your control, they are beyond your control. But there are certain things that have been within your control that have also had these kind of effects. So that's where it's like, be mindful. Be mindful of how you are self-managing any stress, any changes, any shifts that may be occurring, because it's just about what's going on inside of you. You know, there's just, I feel like, a lot that might be going on. Obviously, a lot of changes that are beyond your control. And so it's not, you know, it's not just, okay, well, too bad, it's gonna do nothing, but it's just about knowing where you want to stand when that, you know, or where to stand, where the best place to be, in a sense, is. And take responsibility of what you can, and be aware of just those things that are beyond your control, again, the best as you can. So let's see what you might need to revisit. Yeah, things that are not within your control, things going on outside of you. What is distorting and or clouding your sense of clarity? Where are you maybe not necessarily possibly overthinking things or jumping to conclusions? Okay, don't jump to conclusions based on bits of tiny information dotting around. Okay, be kind with yourself. Don't decide how things are going to look right off the bat in the middle of the storm. Stop trying to rush in during a lightning storm with a sword. In other words, especially if you're like that watery, very conductive, you're just looking to get burned. You know what I mean? So, what's going on, Pisces? What's going on? Let's slow down and not get too clouded or overwhelmed in the thoughts, not thinking that we have to just jump, 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 jump. Sometimes you have to take a step back and let things land where they may land so that we can do the least damage. You know what I mean? Or the least harm possible. Okay. Advice for a smooth full moon. Son of Wands. Okay. Trust your instincts. Trust your spirit. I want to say, in search of like your motivations, trust your body in terms of just knowing where to go, what to do. And I don't mean that as a reactive sense, okay? But it's about follow, not necessarily the signs. I almost am hearing, be inquisitive. Check things out. Check things out first. Check things out before deciding. Gain more information. See what's there before deciding what to do, before deciding what all is happening. Okay? And don't hesitate to jump into action if and where it's aligned, where it makes sense, where you know, okay, this is my responsibility, this is something where I need to kind of assert myself, and it's a short-term thing. Okay, it's a short-term type of situation that's happening right now in order to sort of resolve maybe a more long-term solution, or long-term, like a long-term, like how short-term actions create long-term results. Excuse me. That's more of the flow of where I meant to take that. Okay, so rather than getting stressed out and overwhelmed, like getting lost in the details, empower yourself through actionable steps, aligned actionable steps. Okay, don't wait around and just watch stuff landing. I know we say, okay, you kind of want to let the pieces land first, but there's things that you can be doing in the meantime. Okay, to channel that energy and not just kind of be freaked out, right? So, all right. What type of vacation is your soul craving? Clarity. Yeah, resolution from the conflict, from all these details. You just want it all figured out. So, yeah, part of it, again, understand where your power truly is. Okay, even if you may not feel ready, even if you may not feel as though it has anything to do with you or you want anything to do with it. I totally get it. I totally get it. This is a case where, though, you are being called then this is a situation that you can absolutely handle because it's your life, and obviously it's fall. This is all happening for a reason. You know what I mean? It's all happening for a reason, and it's not just to shove that off and glazing. Oh, it's all happening. You just accept it's happening for a reason. I'll figure it out later. No, 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 no. There are things you can do. So rather than just sit there and be about all the details, right? Empower ourselves through aligned action. If you're feeling stressed, don't just sit there, go for a walk. You know what I mean? And through the walk, maybe it will help you in kind of breathing and clearing your mind. The answers will come. Okay, wherever it is that there might be some type of trouble or conflict or trauma, or again something that's beyond your control, Son of Wands also, this may or may not include taking an action. And if it's not an action, there may be some travel, like some short term or a short-term action, short-term trip, short-term something involved, for you to gain clarity, to, in other words, maybe even feel better about your circumstances or what it is that's kind of all occurring. But more than anything, it's just about approaching things with a sense of confidence and knowing that you've got this, Pisces, okay? So check out your moon and rising signs, get some added guidance and info. Visit us, girllearnermoon.com, for anything that you might need in the meantime. Schedule a session of your own. And in the otherwise, excuse me, Pisces, have a blessed one. Take care.